All right, welcome to the podcast. We had the opportunity to be at the Overland Expo West. As you guys know, we talked about it a lot throughout the episodes, and we really wanted to do some episodes live from the expo. But in all honesty, we forgot the recording device as we left on Tuesday. So we had some other folks flying in to the event on Saturday. So they brought us the device. And so Sunday we had the opportunity to sit down. And as we walked around, we kind of looked for we're always looking for like our favorite stuff and just cool new trends. And one of the things that I was just so uniquely drawn to, and I would love to do another little mini episode with my wife to talk about our journey with trying to solve our camping kind of desires. Not really a problem, but just to kind of find the greatest fit for us and our family for camping and some of the needs that we have as a family. So I saw this cool, there's no shortage of cool, innovative trailers and campers, but I saw this one camper trailer. I think it's considered a trailer, maybe a camper. I'm not sure that I should ask an expert, but it was this little kind of modular, hard-sided camper trailer. And so went in, checked it out, dug it. It was like super cool. So, and it's called the Cricket by Taxa Outdoors. And so we just talked to the people and they said, yo, it's great. You guys can shoot an episode inside the camper trailer, whatever it is. So, we shot 2 episodes in there. So this is one. First episode is going to be with Peter from Taxa Outdoors in the Cricket, about the company, just some of the innovations. So give a listen. It's super fun. This episode is brought to you again by Kenda Tire. And as we were getting ready for this trip, we also went to Moab. And I just love, and this is a funny thing, but one of my favorite things about Moab and watching Moab videos is like the sound that tires make on slick rock. And it's like this sound. So as you check out a video, you can check that out. You'll see it in some of our videos that are going to come out after our trip. But so we were recently in Moab, a super amazing place. Put it on your list. And we were just continue to be impressed and sold on the Cleaver RT. It made us feel really confident as we tackled slick rock, sand, dirt, let alone the 1,600-mile drive there. So again, super impressed. We've got over 10,000 miles on our sets of tires. That's on about 6 different trucks. And they're still quiet, still wearing very well and even. So check out the Cleaver RT for your adventure rig. Great look, great performance. They also have some great tires for your passenger and commuter cars as well. I recently put a set on my 1989 Ford Probe GT White 5-speed, gray interior, and I'm going to take it autocross racing soon. So I'll keep you posted on the performance and durability. Check them out. Are we good?
Not a lot.
Hit the clap. Woo. Okay, welcome back to the New Legend podcast. This is one of our mini episodes, and we're super excited to be here with Peter from Taxa Outdoors. So this is Peter, and we're, as always, here with Luke.
Hello.
And as always, I do encourage you guys, even if you listen to this on iTunes, go check it out, because we are sitting in one of my favorite camper trailer. What do you call this?
Adventure trailer.
Trailer.
This is our Cricket
at Overland Expo. And so I want to talk about what we're sitting in, and then I want to talk about your brand and kind of some of your perspective on the Overland world, camping, all the kind of good stuff. So first off, tell us a little bit about your company. What is some of the genesis of Taxa Outdoors?
So our owner, CEO, founder. His name is Garrett Finney. We kind of call him a Willy Wonka of sorts. Mm-hmm. This all kind of came out of his head. He awesome. Spent many years employed by NASA. He was an architect, an environmental architect, habitat architect. So he designed small, efficient spaces for the space station. That's
Can
up
you
there.
see it, Luke? Now, like hearing that.
What's he and the just NASA architect? What
when
a
I
cool
say that
title.
to people, it just
Yeah.
And
Okay,
even
I
just
like
the
that.
way
Yeah.
like the aluminum,
Yeah.
it's kind of got a little bit like not quite military, but just
Yeah.
There's a touch of a raw, just like
functional
Just function,
aesthetic.
yeah.
But it's cool, man.
Yeah, so he's like a really avid camper. So when he retired from NASA, he was like, I love to camp, and I don't necessarily like any of my options.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna make my own. And so
Nice.
this is the first one that they came out with, the Cricket, and so it's gone through quite a few revisions. But the thing about it is, I mean, so many things about it. It's small, it's lightweight. This one dry weight is 1,500 pounds.
Which that is crazy. Like we talked about this with Will at Forge Overland. Like so many people don't pay attention to the tow capacities of their rigs, and they're like they're already weighting the rig with like a roof rack and accessories.
plus your family.
But
Just,
yeah,
you don't
fuel,
account for that
family,
stuff.
and then you throw this like 4,000-pound trailer. And as my wife and I, what drew me to you guys is my wife and I are like we have four kids, 14 to 22.
Right.
So we're just on to this next phase of life where we've camped a lot with our kids, but we're gonna start taking solo
Doing some
trips
stuff on
and
your
more
own.
long term.
Right.
Where like just a rooftop tent doesn't cut it.
Right.
Or if we have the rooftop tent, maybe the kids sleep up there, and
Right.
and she just my wife in particular wants a place that could be a little bit climate controlled, a little more comfortable.
Right.
Well,
Because
let's be honest. Everybody enjoys it. Well,
They
you got
do.
a nice space.
Yeah, don't blame it just on you.
she's brought me.
pounding it off.
She's
my
brought me.
life.
She's brought
I
me
like
around.
it cold. I don't know.
I like.
But she's brought me around to like, it's worth investing in something that's going to help make your experience better.
Sure.
I mean, we partner with a lot of brands like that. So when I saw this, I loved that it's lightweight because that's been a deal breaker for like so many campers. Like you find this little cool camper, but it's like 3,000 pounds.
Right.
And we have vintage 4x4s, like a Scout
Right.
or
So
a
tow
Suburban.
capacity
Like so
is-
Suburban, no problem. But like when you get down to the Scout, they don't tow a
Yeah,
lot of weight.
I mean, do you have guys in smaller crossovers, that kind of thing?
Oh, sure.
Like
yeah.
it
This-
opens
this
up a
is
whole new vehicle
Our main
market.
vehicle that we have on a lot of our brochures is a Subaru Outback.
Which
Yeah.
is so rad, man.
Yeah,
I love it.
That's awesome.
So yeah, and our Garrett owns an Outback, so he kind of like designed it like I need to be able to pull this, behind the vehicle that that I own. So.
And the second thing I love, because being a dad, I'll just speak for me and my family, but it's like the dad, my wife graciously, and she's an amazing cook. So she kind of takes the cooking responsibility on our
out.
trips.
Yeah, sure.
But that means my responsibility is like all the gear, all the setup, like setting up everything, breaking down everything. And it's
That's
so
kind of my thing too. And
dude,
I,
it's so-
I kind of dig that.
I do
like
too.
it.
But it's like it's so frustrating when you're like it takes you 2 hours to set everything up, and you're
Right.
like zipping these canopies and doing this, and you're just like, why is Dad so grouchy? So that was the second thing that I really loved about this was it's so simple.
Just the
Yeah,
simplicity
no,
of it.
it's super easy. So it is a pop up. Technically speaking, if it's just you and your wife and you're coming to camp very late,
Yeah.
or it's terrible weather, or you're in between camps and you're camping at a Walmart parking lot
Yeah,
or something
right,
like that, you can literally come in here and sleep without having to pop up
Right, it's
the
not
top.
unusable.
Exactly. As we're sitting right here, if it was super windy and rainy, which it's supposed to be, you could bring the top down
Yep.
and be able to
Yeah.
hang out in here, play
Yeah, 'cause you're
cards,
still-
have a drink. Yeah, you're absolutely fine in here with the top down. So, but speaking of those, you get into camp late, you come in and sleep. The next morning, literally all you do is there's 2 clamps on the side and 1 clamp at the front, and you undo them and up, and you're
Nice.
done. So
Yeah.
literally, it takes like 2 minutes.
And we're kind of in like this convertible dinette thing, which I actually really
Right.
like this too.
Yeah.
That we're sitting here, like
Right.
we could be eating
comfortable.
meal.
Yep.
And this drops down and
This comes
does it
down.
pop
Yeah,
out?
the tabletop, the cafe table pops up, and then we have a shorter stanchion right underneath where you're sitting, and then it goes down, and then the table then fills in this area, and then you have an additional pad. So you're actually looking at a queen size bed at the head of the bed, and then it kind of tapers down a little bit. So I own a 2017, so I was an owner before I was a
Oh, cool.
employee.
Cool.
Okay.
Okay.
So my family of 4 sleeps in here. We have a kid's berth up high. We actually have 2 in mine. There's 2 in this unit here. My 11-year-old still fits in
Okay,
here. So
perfect.
he sleeps here.
It's like what, 130 pounds?
It's
I
got a
think,
130 pound
Yeah.
weight limit. Have I tested it? Have I gotten in it with my bulky 210 pounds? Yes.
Okay.
It holds me, but I don't
Not
recommend
recommended.
it.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's right.
exactly.
That's right, officially.
But yeah, so I sleep here, my wife sleeps here, and then our daughter kind of sleeps right in the middle. It's actually extremely spacious.
Cool. And like I like that you can backload, so like the backhoe pops
Back
open.
opens up.
This is a pretty nice size side entrance. And then what you guys can't see in the video here, but we'll show you some pictures, is a sensible, not over the top, just exactly
Everything
what you need.
Two
That's right.
burners, a sink, hot water heater.
Hot water heater and just a heater.
And cabin heater. So yeah, we use the Truma combo system, and it's ridiculously
great things.
efficient.
Yeah, I've heard great
it's
things about it.
amazing. Yeah, it's amazing.
Because
It
dude,
works really well.
like even here, we're in Flagstaff in May, and the last 2 nights it's been like
Cold.
like in the high 20s, like maybe low 30s.
There's frost
And
in
you're
the morning.
chilly, man. If you have a 30-degree sleeping bag, you're going to be hurting. So to have that
We
heater
set that up, and honestly, it pulls virtually no battery for the fans, and it's not thirsty on the LP. So you can set it. The nice thing with the Truma is that you can set it to actually it's not high, low, or anything like
cool,
that.
cool.
If you
Thermostat.
want it
Dial in the
64, you dial it to
Okay,
64,
nice.
and it
That's
works.
awesome. That
Yeah, it's
runs
great.
off propane.
One runs off the LP. Yep.
And then also things I like there. What you can't see again is like the roof. Since it pops up like this, you can still have like there's a 200-something pound capacity.
Yeah, 250 pound capacity while you're driving with the Thule
That's
rack on it.
down.
So yeah, it's back here in this area right here, and then you can leave them up. I mean, the roof will operate,
Okay.
with
That's
bikes
amazing.
or canoe or kayak or
Or
whatever on the
surfboards.
top.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's slick
surfboards,
as well.
paddleboards, whatever you're fancy.
And then is there an outdoor shower?
Outdoor shower is standard on both our Mantis and the Cricket that we're
Yeah.
sitting in right here, and then we have like a little stand-up Kelty tent
Yes,
that
yep.
goes up, and then I just have my nozzle come right
Yeah.
through. So, and then we put our
Is
cassette
there-
toilet right
there a
inside
water
there as
tank in
well.
in
It's
here?
a 15-gallon freshwater
Yeah.
tank, 16-gallon gray.
And you said
then-
you could get heated water for the
so
shower.
it's
and
off
that
the
kind
combi. It's
Okay.
off the combi
Yeah.
system as well. So yeah, you can set up the combi heater, hot water heater as well, and you got hot water.
And what we
It's
were
quick.
just again, like we've talked about this a lot. Like we have a gear episode. Like how much gear is too much? When is like, and I just love that about like this thing is, it's just what you need. It's like perfect. It's not like, and I know you can go get an Earth Roamer for $1.5 million that has everything,
Sure.
and like it's marble counter, whatever. But this is like well done, aesthetically pleasing. I like the kind of the aerospace
Right.
vibe.
Right.
But it's just, I'm just so impressed by like and we have a fridge sitting right here, so
Yeah,
there's
the
space for a
Dometic
fridge.
cooler
Yeah.
fridge is awesome too. Very efficient. We've got USB ports and 12 volts
Oh, cool.
all over the place.
Cool.
So when the kids are here and they're freaking out about their phone, that sort
That's
of
right.
thing, you could certainly
We could
have
throw
them
a
all
solar
plugged in.
panel.
So solar, all of our units are wired for solar,
Perfect,
but we
yeah.
don't put solar on the roof of our vehicles. Primarily, I'm from the west, so when I'm camping, I'm looking for shade.
Yeah.
Okay,
that's
so
true.
if I have to move my vehicle out of a perfectly shady area so it can capture the sun, then that's I'm going backwards
Right.
at that point.
But it's
So-
an option.
You got the connectors.
You have the
can
connectors,
pop
so
it
we just
in.
use I just have a ZAMP 80 amp or 80 watt briefcase,
Yeah,
one, and
that's
I
right.
just follow the sun over the course
I
of the
love
day,
that.
and it works great.
And we are in. So let's get. So I do want to get to this. Well, first, let's just. So you get the Mantis, which is like a bigger
The Mantis
model.
is our biggest model, yep, and that sleeps 4, if not more. Most of our printed material says it sleeps 4. We got bunk beds in it and full size bed
and
in
still a single axle.
it. Still single axle,
the weight?
torsion suspension. So that one's 3,000 pounds, 3,050 pounds.
Okay, which
Yep.
is still pretty
That's-
darn good.
Considering how big it is, and
Right.
it's one of those things where if you have an opportunity to see one, get inside of it. Just like all these vehicles, you learn so much about them by getting in and actually experiencing them.
How many
So,
feet is this one?
this one is 15 feet from the hitch to the bumper.
Okay,
so
not bad.
the nice thing about all of our units, I'm sorry to interrupt,
No,
but
it's-
they're all garageable.
I love it.
Everything is height-wise. It's all designed to fit underneath a 7-foot garage. So mine fits in with my Chevy truck and my wife's Acadia and all of my kids' gear and all that sort of stuff in our 3-car garage. And
cool.
so now I don't have to pay an additional
And
storage fee.
And it's so easy to access this thing that you can actually use it for storage in your garage.
I kind of
which is great, man. Keep,
It's just essentially all of my camping gear,
Yeah.
which
Yeah, that's
used to
genius,
be up above
man.
my
Yeah.
cabinets.
Yep.
It's all in here.
I love it.
It's easy.
And The Mantis, a little bigger,
A little
more
bit bigger.
comfortable.
It's 19 feet from the hitch to the bumper. Just more communal space. It's exactly the same type of kitchen. So the Dometic 2-burner, the Truma heater, and all that. It does have an indoor shower.
Yes, I like that.
And
I saw
toilet
that.
option. But it also comes with the outdoor shower, and the Mantis comes standard with an air conditioning unit.
Oh yeah, and it's optional on this one.
It's optional in this one.
I don't know if the GoPro catch, but this little window, I think,
You lose that window there, and it goes right in there. It's a 5,000 BTU.
Does the
air
job,
conditioning.
man, I bet.
It does the job. I mean, it's very roomy, but also still a small cabin. So
This is
whether
cool,
it's
man.
the heater or whether it's the air conditioning, it's very, very efficient. So.
And I noticed like the fenders are like made out of aluminum or steel. Or
No,
just-
they're steel. So yeah, everything that you see on ours, nothing is for show. Everything has
Right.
a utilitarian
Yep.
purpose. The fenders you can stand on. I ratchet
Oh,
strap
really? Wow.
firewood to the side, fenders all the time, so that way I don't have to have the firewood dust inside bumping around when I'm doing it. So everything, and there's just contact points all over the place. So you'll kind of notice there's just holes in all
Yeah,
of our
I like that.
aluminum.
I love
and,
that.
Where when we're camping, I used to be a raft guide, so I'm a big carabiner freak. Everything gets hung up. So I've got a cargo net over that, and there's just storage all
cool
over.
fan. It's got
Yeah, the Fantastic fan is awesome.
Those are a
It blows
necessity.
in and out, variable speed. It's great. Then one of the main things, the vibe with all of our units is that whether it's a Tiger Moth that doesn't have a pop-up, it has this awesome gull wing door and then
Yeah.
a back door, whether you're in here or whether you're in the Mantis, Garrett really wanted you to be able to have the option to experience the outside,
Yeah.
even
Lots
when
of
you're
windows,
inside.
light- it's light in
So
here.
if you're cooking and you have all the windows open, the back doors open, you really feel like you don't feel like you're in a townhouse.
Yeah.
You're definitely in a camper where you can kind of see out and feel the breeze and that sort of thing. So that's a common
So
vibe.
Luke,
for
let me
all
ask
of
you
them.
this.
Okay.
Right?
Here we go.
Getting convinced?
Convinced?
Yeah, because I came over. I'm like, Luke, I love these things. You got to check it out. You weren't like negative, but like you're Luke is an engineer.
Yeah.
He's like kind of a slow, like I get excited about stuff really fast. Luke is like a little more slow burn.
You're easy.
Yeah.
He's hard.
Sean's pretty good at hyping things up. But it's no, I don't know. I'm still figuring out because I like to go just mega light. And granted, I'm a single dude, so I don't have to.
That's
my-
right.
My wife
Yeah,
and kids
yeah.
don't exist, so I don't have to worry about them right now. But I'm starting to get you're selling me a little bit.
Because I
Yeah.
feel like this is that for just expanded capacity. Because when you have like even 2 kids or 3 kids, and again, my wife and I we've had like, and it's been some of the most fun conversation we've had in the last 5 years. Is like, do you get a Sprinter van? Do you get like all in one? Like when we park at a campsite, we like to go into the city and go to a restaurant and like,
Right.
so
you want to bring your entire
Exactly.
behemoth
You
vehicle
don't.
with you.
You
right?
don't.
That is the nice thing about this. You can kind of set up your base camp and then go do explorations or go to town or do whatever.
That's
But
right.
at the same time, you're not towing like a 4,500 pound
No,
or
yeah.
6,500
Just-
pound
yeah, there's-
vehicle.
And the only drawback
finding
to
the
like
niche for you.
to the camper trailer, in my opinion, and this is through a lot of conversation and thought, is it's difficult to park in cities or at a restaurant when you have the trailer connected. So you just have to shift your mentality a little bit to like what you just said, like a base camp mentality. Like you go get your camping spot wherever it may be,
Yep.
drop it off, go
Leave it
explore. Even if you know. So overall, I think we've kind of landed on more of a trailer camper mindset for that reason.
You
But
may be sitting in it right now.
I know,
Oh,
dude.
man.
I really like this thing. And it just, I know, like you probably love them all, but like this cricket one is my favorite because it's just like we're in the cricket, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're in the
it's just
cricket.
like
Yes,
the
sir.
perfect amount of space. We're sitting like you guys are bigger dudes. Like we're sitting here comfortably.
Stand up over here.
Yeah.
Easy. I just love this. So easy to shift this.
Right.
I mean,
Generally, when
fit
it's like
kids.
rainy or whatever, and I'm partial to it because I'm an owner of a
You
cricket.
have a cricket.
Right?
Yeah, okay,
I
cool,
own
cool,
a
cool.
cricket. So being able to like
Yeah, just chill.
you're here.
Yeah.
You're my wife in this scenario. We're playing backgammon, drinking a glass of wine, and the kids are right here.
That's
awesome. Playing a game or reading or something like that. And it's just everything's just very easy to get to. Everyone has their space, but it's still a small unit, particularly when you're driving down the road. And
Yeah.
when I'm filling up with gas, it's absolutely amazing the amount of people that will come up to me
Yeah.
at a gas station going, what is that? And so we'll do a walkthrough, like right there. We'll pop the top, and they're like, how many people can you get in this thing? And then they walk in, they're like, holy cow, this thing
And
is
one thing that a
very
lot of people
spacious.
don't realize at all is like the cost of like this world is it's quality stuff. Like there's a lot of good quality stuff, particularly in the overlanding space.
In the overlanding thing.
Yeah. Sometime in the
that
camper
niche.
space, they just hammer out these cheap things.
Right. You said it, not me.
Yes. But so when I saw the price tag, this is how much? Like
33.
33.
MSRP is about
like,
33.
and that's equipped as we kind of see it.
We go through dealers, so our dealer here, Worldwide RV in Mesa, Arizona, they have this one selling for 27, and this one's fully equipped.
Yeah, exactly.
So, you know, every dealer kind of sets their own, you know.
And thanks
price.
for tossing out that Worldwide. This is their booth, correct?
This is their booth.
So we're grateful to them for letting us use the space, and grateful to be able to talk to you. So $30K is maybe sounds like a lot of. I know you can go buy like a used 4Runner for that, but like that's not a lot.
No.
When you look at some of these like convertible adventure trailers that have like tents and you got to zip all this stuff. I mean, they get up to like 70, 80 grand. It's crazy.
70.
I think that actually this is, I'm not going to say it's like, it's for the build quality. And what I like people to see is like what we do engineering wise and all of our, everything that you see here. This is all aluminum. We don't have any fiberglass in any of our units.
So
all of our rivets, all of our through bolts, everything that we have here is essentially overkill to be able to, you know, have this thing not have to be in the repair shop. We want it to be out, right? We want you to be able to experience the outdoors in it. So with the build quality and the lightweight and, you know, design and the whole deal, it's actually a relatively good price considering a lot of the stuff that I actually have seen here. And it's been an eye opening. This is my first year at Overland, and I'm like, holy cow, it's crazy. It's a lot of fun, and this is definitely our niche. I love the people here are awesome.
I agree.
Everyone really celebrates the quirky designs of us, and I use quirky in a positive way. We're not the white box, right?
Yeah.
We're not just the normal fiberglass churn out a whole bunch of them at a time where they kind of fall apart.
And what's evident about you guys too is like it's evident that this is the expression of a philosophy,
right?
Versus just like we're in the camper business. Like we need to make X amount of quota and do X amount of like boxes, create this many boxes,
right?
Like these things are unique. So. Just in wrapping up, you guys, Peter, how can people find Taxa Outdoors?
So we, Taxa Outdoors, taxaoutdoors.com we just launched a new website earlier this week. It's very interactive. Instagram as well, Taxa, I believe this is Taxa Outdoors.
Okay.
And then with the new website, it's very interactive. We got some videos on there, a lot of questionnaires that you can kind of fill out where we're trying to find out what your experience is and what you're looking to get out of a outdoors experience. That way we can at least maybe point you to the vehicle that might work best for you. And that includes, what vehicle you're towing, how many people you have, where do you like to camp, all that sort of stuff.
And one of the guys from Worldwide RV was telling us about like the Bluetooth trailer brake controller, like
so we have all of our units have a wireless brake controller
Super
on
cool.
it, which is kind of it's a big thing. Not everybody has
it.
And even though they're lightweight, when you're towing them with a smaller vehicle, that certainly
so actually that's a great question. Does this 1,600-pound camper have trailer brakes?
Yes.
That's impressive because they normally don't when they're under that.
No, electric brakes with the wireless brake controller.
So it probably tows like a dream.
It tows like it. I can attribute this one tows like to the point where sometimes I forget that I'm towing it.
That's awesome.
My wife tells me to, hey, slow down. We have the cricket behind us. Oh, that's right. I forgot.
Well, cool, Peter. Thanks again for inviting us out. If you are in the Southwest, go check out Worldwide RV. You can touch it, feel it.
Arizona.
In Mesa, Arizona.
Again, like you said, getting in there, just
you got to touch.
You got to see it. I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, again, I saw it on like YouTube. I think I watched a show, like a review of one. Saw it on Instagram, but being in it is even better. It stands out.
And our owners really dig them. So if you're driving down the road and you're behind one, and they're shellac, they'll say mantis or cricket or tiger moth, and it has all of our stuff. I mean, literally, they will pull off the highway when I pull off the highway, and they will, for the most part, give you a tour because they're really proud of them. I like showing them off. So
cool. Well, again, Peter, thank you.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Thanks, guys.
That's a wrap. We'll see you guys next time on New Legends Podcast. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.